Riley Johnson with SaundersCountyOnline.com. I'm with Mike Jasorka as we are talking about Alien Encounter right here in Saunders County, actually in Ashland. This happened December 3rd, 1967. You made this encounter a comic book series. You actually took the audio and everything. So what got you interested in this? By the way, thank you for taking time for me.
Of course, thank you for having me. What got me interested? I'm just generally interested in ufology. I loved the famous cases that I knew about, and I was curious about the little ones, and went through some various video archives and audio archives, and basically just had a spree of looking through them. The Herbert Schirmer story just completely popped out as a honest and quality recording that I felt to myself I was visualizing what I was listening to. So it was a natural progression into thinking of making a read-along. And set aside from that, finding his drawings of the craft, of the crewmen, everything that surrounded the propulsion unit, how it flew, and how that dealt with electromagnetism, and things that scientists are trying to work out today. So for 1967, for someone who came from a small town as Ashland was, especially then, was probably 1,200 people. I think today it's just over 2,000. And to be a public figure then, began to bring ridicule as well. So that fascinated me over the top, because how would a public figure come out and withstand that kind of ridicule, especially for 1967? So it just made a very compelling and dramatic storytelling that I, with his help, had the aid of storytelling with the visual.
Right. It is a read-along, so you actually have a recording of him telling his story.
Yep, and this is the first read-along experience in comic book, as far as I know. So, and to set aside from that, the idea of found audio online, where will this audio go, and what can someone do with this in the future? Where and how would it be interpreted without found object drawings and things that would help support someone like myself to recreate it. So I think it's a fun play on folklore, and what can become of folklore, and the idea of the people sitting in a circle and you're whispering something to the next ear and the next ear, how a story changes through time and who it has to go through to become, and it just became so much area of fascination to me. So
the ability, and actually before he passed away, you actually were able to work with him, talk to him, and be able to make sure everything was as accurate as possible.
I did, and I had the giant goosebumps talking to him the first couple of times, and getting his phone call after listening to his audio hundreds of times to make this book. I literally had to time out the sequencing of how he spoke, and that had delegated me to configure not only my panel size and how big I was drawing, but how those words were placed around the visualization to make it the most seamless experience for anyone young or old. And I'm proud to say it's worked, and it's a proponent of this. And I really think and hope that even our education finds read-alongs as something that will help people learn and engage them in literacy. It's a beautiful thing. I love having that aspect.
And then you come full circle as you find yourself in Ashland with your book. How does that feel?
It's so cool. Beyond meeting people from Ashland that have their own storytelling of finding out about this case, meeting the family of the Schirmers who live in the area still. Some are out of state that are willing to travel today, who I got to meet for the first time, and thank them for wanting to be a part of this with us, and to embrace their late brother. And we all agree that we think he would be absolutely thrilled that not only that I had made the book, which he had told me he was thrilled about, but that there's now a beer after him with Kincaidor Brewing, and the town is now having stir-up days in embrace it as an alien encounter event, and it's just so special. It's so cool that Ashland has come around to accepting this as well. Yeah, it took 60 years, but at least it came.
Yeah.
You know?
And so obviously you can find your book here as we continue through Screw-Up Days this weekend. Where else can people find us?
You can find it at www.bombshell-comics.com.
Okay. Well, we'll get that posted out. And again, thank you for your time. Thank you for coming out.
Thanks, Joey. So cool.
We have a great time. Enjoy our community.
Sure will.
Enjoy the rest of your weekend here.
Sure will. Thank you for all your help.
Thank you.
Yeah. Super cool. Great. Really appreciate it. I gave you your book, right?
Actually, I don't know. I didn't get it. Can I put it back in the file?